Getting another breaking news from the US, where the Senate passed a largely symbolic bipartisan measure intended to block the Trump administration from conducting further military action in Venezuela. A rare assertion of the Congress's role in using lethal force. The US Senate passed the Venezuela War Powers resolution by 52 to 47, backing limits to block President Trump from further military action in Venezuela without any congressional authorization. Now, Siddhant continues to be with us. Siddhant, can you explain why this War Powers resolution was passed now and what changed in the Senate that led to 5 Republican senators to break away from the Trump administration?
Well, that's right. Now the Senate has passed a largely symbolic bipartisan measure intended to block the Trump administration from conducting further military action in Venezuela, a rare assertion of Congress's role in using lethal force. In fact, U.S. Senate passes Venezuela War Powers resolution by 52 by 47, backing limits to block Trump from further Venezuela military action without congressional authorization. In fact, right after this, there was a statement which came from President Trump. In fact, he did mention the names of the senators who supported this bill, and in fact, he said that today Republicans should be ashamed of the senators that just voted with Democrats in attempting to take away our path to fight and defend the United States of America. In fact, he named all those senators. He also says that this vote greatly hampers American self-defense and national security, impeding the president's authority as commander-in-chief. In any event, despite their stupidity, the War Powers Act is unconstitutional, totally violating Article 2 of the Constitution, as all presidents and their departments of justice have determined before me. Nevertheless, a more important Senate vote will be taking place next week on this very subject. So, as I said in the beginning, that this was more a symbolic bipartisan measure taken by the Senate. Also, given the criticism of the United States government, the way this operation was conducted and the president was captured, he was brought to the United States, etc., etc. The Democrats have really been criticizing the move of the U.S. government, including some of the Republican leaders as well. So now this bill has been passed, but it's still, in Constitution, U.S. President is the commander of the forces. Perhaps a lot of powers are still with the U.S. President. So as I said, it's a symbolic bipartisan measure. Cannot hold back the U.S. President from doing anything.
Right. Now, you mentioned the powers of the president. So what's the next step for this resolution looks like? Now, how likely is it to survive a presidential veto?
This must have got passed only to build political pressure on President Trump. This bill cannot really stop President Trump or the United States to go after Venezuela or to send troops to Venezuela or carry out any kind of military operations in Venezuela. President of the United States has immense power. Such bills are passed to create a political atmosphere. These are symbolic bills. Has very little to do with holding back the United States for not doing some kind of the military operations.
Right. Well, thank you, Siddhant, for providing us that crucial input. For now, let's move on to the next story from the Madras High Court, where it's set to pronounce its order on the CBFC certification of actor-turned-politician Vijay's film Jan Nayagan.